What? Who the heck are these guys? Alright, guys. Sonic has over 100 characters, but two of them might secretly explain what Sonic was supposed to be all along. Ray, the flying squirrel, and Mighty, the armadillo. Characters so forgotten that half the fan base doesn't even know they exist. And yet, without them, Sonic's story feels incomplete. So today, I'm breaking down why Ray and Mighty matter, what they represent, and why Sega's quietly leaving them behind might be one of Sega's biggest mistakes. Stick around because the last point completely changes how you see classic Sonic. When people talk about Sonic characters, it's always the same names. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow. But Ray and Mighty don't fight for the spotlight. They don't have edgy arcs. They don't have tragic backstories, and that's why they're important. They come from Sega Sonic the Hedgehog in 1993, the arcade game that almost nobody played and yet represent a version of Sonic's world that modern games barely touch anymore. No plot twists, no lore dumps, tone. So first, let's talk about Mighty, the hero without an ego. Let's start with Mighty the Armadillo. Mighty isn't fast. He's not flashy. He doesn't trash talk. He's just heroic. And that alone makes him different from almost every other Sonic character. Mighty's entire vibe is strength with restraint. He protects others, stays calm under pressure, and never needs validation. And Sonic Mania Plus translates that perfectly. Mighty doesn't get hurt by spikes. He absorbs impact. He pushes through the danger instead of dodging it. That's not just gameplay. That's storytelling through mechanics. Mighty represents resilience. In a franchise obsessed with speed, Mighty proves that standing your ground can be just as heroic as running ahead. He's the quiet hero Sonic rarely lets himself be. Now let's talk about Ray, the lost heart of Sonic. Ray, the flying squirrel, is something Sonic desperately needs more of. Joy. Ray isn't angry. He's not tortured. He wasn't created by a government experiment. Ray was just excited to explore the world. His glide mechanic slows the game down. You're not rushing, you're floating. You're choosing where to go instead of reacting at lightning speed. Ray encourages curiosity, and symbolically, Ray represents the emotional core of classic Sonic. The feeling that this world is fun to exist in, not just a place that constantly needs saving. And a franchise that escalated into gods, timelines, and apocalyptic threats. Ray is a reminder that Sonic started as an adventure, not a crisis. Now, let's discuss why they do matter to Sonic's story. See, here's the part that people miss. Ray and Mighty don't matter because they affect the plot. They matter because they affect the identity of Sonic. Together, they represent Mighty, strength without ego; Ray, optimism without ignorance. They show a Sonic world that isn't driven by rivalry or destiny, just friendship, adventure, freedom. And when Sonic games move toward darker tones and higher stake characters, like Ray and Mighty stopped fitting, not because they were bad, because Sonic changed. It wasn't just the same Sonic over and over again of being fast and, being all cool. Now Sonic's actually edgy, and like Soap Shoe Sonic is cool, but like Ray and Mighty are simple. They don't reflect anything crazy. They're not insanely powerful characters. They're just kind-hearted, innocent characters that care for one of each other. Even in like the Archie comics, like they still care for each other, and they're not really talked about enough in the Archie comics. I mean, they have their whole story arc or whatever, but in the games, they just everywhere they're just too cute, They're just like nice characters. But then you look at Shadow and he's a badass, just fucking holding guns and shit. And it's just like, maybe they weren't meant to be in more serious tone. But they still need to make more media about them. Alright guys, now I'm going to explain why Sega keeps ignoring them. So, why doesn't Sega use them? Because Ray and Mighty don't sell conflict. They don't fight Sonic. They don't oppose Eggman in dramatic ways. They don't generate instant lore videos. They sell vibes. And vibes don't fit neatly into modern franchise branding. Because every time they do come back, fans immediately connect. Because deep down, Sonic fans miss that version of the franchise, even if they don't realize it. When Sonic was more simple, I mean, he was an edgy dude, but he wasn't, I don't know if he was turned into a god, like Super Sonic back in the day, but just in general, Sonic wasn't as edgy. Sonic fans miss that. They miss that a lot. Because Sonic was cool, but if anything, he got cooler over the years, but he was still kind-hearted, helping the animals get freed from the robots and stuff. Well, in the new games, he's just beating the hell out of some Eggman robot, when Eggman used to capture animals, and Sonic was just trying to save them. And fans love that. They miss that. And Sega kind of understood that when they were making Sonic Mania. So, honestly, yeah, I can agree with that, with Sonic fans realizing how much they miss the vibes. Alright, let's connect it to modern Sonic. See, here's the twist. Ray and Mighty aren't outdated. They're exactly what modern Sonic is missing. Imagine a Sonic game that slows down occasionally, that actually lets you explore, lets characters exist without trauma. Ray and Mighty wouldn't feel out of place. They'd be refreshing. And maybe that's why Sega avoids them. Because bringing them back means remembering what Sonic used to be. And the character development over time. Now, some people might say, yeah, look at Sonic Frontiers. That kind of slowed down Sonic a lot and brought a brand new open world. But imagine if you could fly in that open world, say it's like Ray. Wouldn't that be awesome? If you could just casually glide around the map and fight the bosses and stuff. That's just an idea for me, but still, I feel like if Ray and Mighty were in newer games, that'd be awesome. Sonic fans would love that. They would connect as a whole. And I feel like that's what they need. And Sega just, kind of brushes them off. Like they don't even matter. And I guess that's just how it is for Sonic fans out there. And I just feel like they could do so much more with them as a character and them as a whole. And even putting them in the IDW comics would be cool, to be honest. But that's what I think, if it was in modern Sonic. So, what's the point of Ray the Flying Squirrel and Mighty the Armadillo? They're a reminder of Sonic's roots, of quieter heroism, of fun without stakes, and maybe the future of Sonic actually needs. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe and comment below. Should Ray or Mighty return in modern Sonic games, or should they stay legends of the past? Well, to answer that question, I guess we'll never know. Until Sega comes out and releases it. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and that's all for me. Peace. Sigh, just get to the ending screen.